She signed her Chicago lease without reading the fine print. 6 months later, her landlord raised the rent by $300. And it was right in the middle of her lease, completely legally, because she signed a rent escalation clause without knowing it existed. She had no idea. And she's not alone.
Most tenants spend more time reading a restaurant menu than their lease. Landlords know exactly which clauses to hide in plain sight. Here are 5 things you must read. Once you sign, it's binding whether you read it or not. Number 1, the rent escalation clause. This allows your landlord to raise your rent automatically during your lease term, without your approval.
It appears buried under rental adjustments or periodic increases. It might say, rent shall increase by 5% on each anniversary of the lease start date. Is this legal?
In most US states, yes, unless your city has rent control laws.
Cities like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. have rent stabilization laws that cap how much a land can raise rent. What to do? Search your lease for the words rent increase, escalation, or adjustment. If you see a percentage, negotiate it out before signing. Number 2, the early termination clause. Life happens, job relocations, family emergencies. Most leases have an early termination fee, typically 2 months' rent. On a $1,500 apartment, that's $3,000 for leaving early, but some leases charge this fee even if you're leaving because of the landlord's failure. Before signing, find the early termination section. Make sure it includes exceptions for landlord breach of contract. If it doesn't totter, ask for that in writing. Number 3, the security deposit clause. Vague language like tenant responsible for damages is deliberately broad. Landlords use it to justify any deduction. Strong lease language specifies that deductions are limited to damage beyond normal wear and tear, with documentation required for each deduction. If your lease doesn't say that, write it in as an addendum and have both parties sign it before move-in. Number 4, the maintenance and repair clause. Some leases shift the landlord's legal repair obligations onto you. Clauses like tenant is responsible for all repairs under $200.
Here's the legal reality. These clauses are unenforceable in most US states. The implied warranty of habitability overrides them regardless of what the lease says.
But if you don't know the clause is unenforceable, you won't challenge it. You'll just pay for repairs that are legally your landlord's responsibility. Read this clause. If it shifts major repair costs to you, push back. Cite your state's habitability laws. Most landlords will remove it. Number 5, the automatic renewal clause. Your lease ends, you don't give notice in time, the lease automatically renews for another 12 months. Most automatic renewal clauses require 30 to 60 days written notice before your lease ends. Miss that window by 1 day, and you owe another year of rent.
Set a calendar reminder the day you move in. Mark it 60 days before your lease end date. That reminder could save you thousands.
Before we close, 3 lease clauses that are illegal and unenforceable no matter what your landlord says.
Landlord is not responsible for maintaining habitable conditions. Illegal in all 50 states. Sign it anyway. It still won't hold up in court. 2, tenant waives the right to take legal action against the landlord. You cannot legally waive your right to sue. This clause has no power. 3, landlord may enter at any time without notice. Illegal in 34 states. Your 24-hour notice right cannot be waived by any lease language.
Your action plan. Read the entire document. Search for these words: increase, termination, deposit, repair, renewal, entry, waive. Every clause you don't understand, ask for it in writing before signing. A lease is a negotiation, not a take it or leave it document.
Signing a lease without reading it is the single most expensive mistake renters make, and it happens millions of times every year.
Now you know the 5 clauses that matter most: the escalation trap, the early exit penalty, the deposit language, the repair shift. This channel covers one area of law every week, in plain language, because knowing your rights before you need them is the only version that protects you.
Subscribe if this helped. It takes 2 seconds. Next week, what your employer can and cannot legally do. I'll see you there.